trading session, we will go over the trades I took and the logic behind them. You're about to see how a trader gets greedy on a good day and has to pay for his greed with his profits. Let's get started. In this trading session, prices starts by moving higher towards a resistance level. It then rejected and moved down towards support, pushing down and breaking through the level. As prices pushed down, it reached the support trend line for a quick bounce. Price retested the previous support as resistance, so I decided to go short at a break of lows and break of trend line. Price then stalls for a moment before making the next move lower. As price pushed my stop trails to break even. Price moves lower, and as it approached support, I got stopped on small bounce for a profit. As price moved higher, it approached the previous resistance for a retest, causing another rejection and setting up another move lower. Noticing this, I decided to go in shorts at break of support, expecting a further move down. Price moved lower for a retest of the recent lows. As these happens, my stop trails to break even. Price then moves back up and stops me out of this trade. Moving on. As price moves closer to the support level, it starts to slow down and then bounces back up. It moves again for a retest, so I decide to set up for a long. I placed my order at the recent highs, expecting a strong push after the bounce off support. Price makes the moves higher, and my stops trails to break even. Price makes another pushes towards the next resistance. My stop trails for A+1R, and then gets stopped on a rejection. Price moves down again for another support retest, and then proceed to move back up and starts ranging as it drifts lower. Seeing this weakness, I decide to set another short at a break of lows, expecting a support failure and a further move lower. Price makes the first push lower and my stop trails to break even. It then makes another push lower and my stop trails to secure +1R. And as price bounces back and gets stopped out for profit. Next trade. Price then started to move higher, break into the previous support. So I decided to place my order at a break of highs. Price breaks through the highs and makes it push higher. On my first push, I get my stop trail to break. And on the second push, it trails to secure +1R. But getting stopped out on a retracement for another profit. 3 winning trades in a row so far. After that first push higher, price moves back down and retraces to a retest of the previous support level. As price was holding around the support level, I decided to go for longs at a break of highs. Price push and hit my order, but it failed to move higher and drop back down, stopping me out for my first loss of the day. Price drops back down to the last support level, makes a push higher to the previous resistance and drops back down to starts ranging around those two levels. As price moved to retest the support level, I decided to set up a sell order at their lows, expecting a break and failure of the support. Price filled my order and make a move a small push down, but then came back up and stopped me out of break even.
Order filled.
As price keeps showing weakness and moves more to the downside, breaking another level of support, I decided to go short at recent lows and see if I can catch a downtrend push. Price dropped into my stop to break even, setting up for another push lower. And as my stop trail, I got stopped out for a profit.
Stop filled.
Price then makes a move higher, bouncing of support straight towards the last support level, now serving as resistance. It then rejects and drops back down. Seeing price move down lower with momentum, I decided to set a sell order at the low of the previous support. Price breaks through and immediately pushes, setting my stop to break even. It then stops for a second before making another push. As my stop trails to secure +1 or price drops lower and stops me off to profit on a retracement.
Stop filled.
Price then drops lower to break support, but quickly comes back up and pushes higher. Price then move up higher to previous support level and started to slow down. Seeing how price was moving higher with strength, I decided to wait for a retracement and set up a buy order at a bounce of the recent support level. Price retraces and then moves up, hitting my order, making a push higher as my stop trails to break even. Price then retraces and stops me out, but I noticed my setup was still valid, so I set up for a re-entry. Price and drops back down for another retest of the support. My order is failed, but price then drops back down for support retest and stopped me out for a loss. Now that I think about it, should have not entered that order at the level and go for the highs instead for my entry. At this point, price hasn't broken through support, so I decided to re-enter this setup one last time, this time at the highs as I should have done. It's still a bit of a push, but I had a feeling this setup was still going to work. Once price pushed, my order gets filled, price is pushed higher and my trail stops to break even. Price then keeps moving higher and my stop trails as we approach resistance. I then get stopped on a small pullback for a profit. Price moved all the way to the resistance level and started to slow down. Seeing this, I decided to go for another long out of break of highs, but this trade was not a quality setup. Price, after filling my order, drops back down and stopped me for a loss. At this point, I can feel some frustration, and this is when I start to trade not to express my edge, but to get back the profits I've lost. After seeing price bounce off the previous resistance as support and held the uptrend channel structure, decided to go for a same setup on a continuation at break of highs. Price filled my order and moves higher. My stop then trails to break even, and on another push my stop trails for +1. Then keep chasing the price as I get stopped on a small pullback for a profit.
Stop filled.
I noticed how price was starting to retrace to the previous resistance level, and seeing this, I decided to wait for a setup, expecting to the level to react as support.
Order filled.
Price then retests and bounces, and I set up my order at the recent highs. My order gets filled, and as price pushes higher, my stop moves to break even. Price then slowed down and stops me out.
Stop filled. Order filled.
Price then makes another move back down towards the support level. I decided to place my order under the recent lows, expecting price to now break the level. Price hits my order. It moves lower, but then stops and makes another bounce, stopping me out for a loss. These should have been a moment where I stopped this trading session and should have ended the day halfway towards my daily goal, but I kept trading, and here's what greed taught me for today's training session.
Order filled.
I now set up a sell order at the recent lows, expecting more continuation to the downside. Price drops lower, and as my stop trails to break even, I then get stopped out on a small bounce back.
Stop filled.
That was another wasted trade and a sign that the market is moving to slow for my strategy, and I should just close the charts.
Order filled.
After price bounce off a recent support and then tarts consolidating, I decided to place a buy at a break of highs. Price hits my order and then goes back inside the range, eventually stopping me out for another loss.
Stop filled.
Price keeps moving lower, and I'm watching for reaction of the next support level.
Order filled.
As price bounced from the support level, I place an order at a break of recent highs. Price moves up and my order gets filled, and then price makes a push higher and my stop trails to break even. Prices started stalling for a moment, eventually moving back down and stopping me out.
Stop filled.
This was another wasted trade and another sign that I should have just end the session and stop here. But I kept being greedy and keep forcing trades, and this next trade is a perfect example of that.
Order filled.
I rushed into a sell short at a break of previous lows, but this wasn't a quality setup. Therefore, price just hit my order and immediately moved back up, stopping me out for another loss.
Stop filled. Order filled.
Price then moved lower and broke the support level that I was looking for on the previous setup. So I decided to get in on another short.
Stop filled.
And after my stop trailed to break even, I got stopped out. I'm looking at price reaction to the
Order
previous
filled.
support and start to set up a short at a break of lows. My order then gets filled, but
Stop
I just to
filled.
get stopped for another break even. The final group of trades you're about to see are just the evidence of the frustration I was currently feeling at this moment.
Order filled.
Being down so much after being halfway towards my goal on the day because I
Stop
decided to get greedy. Some of the setups are valid, some of them were not, and they
Order
all end
filled.
up at break even and losses. The final group of trades you're about to see are just the evidence of the frustration I was currently feeling at this moment.
Stop filled.
Being down so much after being halfway towards my goal on the day because I decided to get greedy. Some of the setups are
Order
valid,
filled.
some of them were not, and they all end up at break even and losses. If you're here at this part of the video,
Stop filled.
I'd like to thank you for watching, and I also would like to recommend you watch my first 1000 trades playlist, where you can see me take trades in my other sessions, and you can actually see what my other session look, or go over
Order
other trades
filled.
showing my wins and losses.
Stop filled.
Subscribe to this channel for more, and I'll see you in the next one.